we're going to take a look at Shinobi for the PlayStation 2. A fantastic game, and definitely a hidden gem in the PlayStation 2's already fantastic library. But before we get started, I just want to say that this game was originally supposed to be for the Dreamcast, but because of the Dreamcast's early demise, it was moved on to the PlayStation 2. And I'm very happy that it did. Although I love the Dreamcast, this game is just great on the PlayStation 2, really. And I'm sure that they took full advantage of the PlayStation 2's hardware. This game was developed by Overworks, and for any of you who are familiar with Overworks, they're the same people who designed the excellent RPG Skies of Arcadia, and they've done an excellent job on this game. Surprisingly, I want to say before this release, Shinobi was MIA for a while in Sega's lineup. I thought the Dreamcast was going to be a sure shot for the Shinobi franchise to make its grand return, but it didn't because of its early demise, as I mentioned before. But this game in no way suffers from that whatsoever. It's actually an excellent release. The graphics for Shinobi are pretty good for its time. They definitely hold up today. The characters, the enemies, the environments, they're all solid. Plus, the great artistic direction and design in the game is really what carries it in this department. You can really tell Overworks tried to put in a lot of work in the overall feel and design of the game, especially since they were taking it in a whole other direction. Originally in the Shinobi series, Joe Musashi was the protagonist, but they tried to maybe change it up for the new era and try to reintroduce Shinobi to a different crowd. And Hotsuma, who's the main character in this game, does a pretty good job of doing that. He's slick, smooth, and dangerous. Everything a ninja should be, actually. So it's really pretty good. It's a really good game to look at, a lot of vibrant colors. Really everything's fast-paced, no slowdown. I have to say, in the graphics department, it's pretty built. The music for this game is amazing. I own the soundtrack. I think everybody who plays the game in the future should give it a listen. I'm sure that they're gonna want to after they play the game. The music is just great. There's plenty of variety, great compositions, and its overall style and feel is very vibrant, just like how the game is. And I think it complements it very well. It's one of those rarities you get when you pick up a game like this, that the soundtrack is just as great as the game itself. Definitely must own. The gameplay in this game is what really makes it shine. It's a complete overhaul. It's cool, it's addictive, and it's very stylistic. They've introduced a new system called the Tate system, and what that is when you dispatch enemies in succession over an allotted amount of time, you get to trigger this cool little cutscene where Hotsuma poses for the camera, and it looks pretty great. But the thing about it is, this is what really drives the action. You can literally go through every level in this game in a matter of 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. But this takes a lot of skill because it's not very easy to master, and this game is very hard. Definitely. It's one of the few things that actually turned me off to it when I first started to play this game was the difficulty. But as I got into mastering the system and realizing that the game was really a fast-paced arcade action platformer, it was just a whole new world after that. I really got into it. It's really fun, definitely, and it's great overall. A few things make this game very difficult, and I'm not saying difficult in terms of odd camera angles or just cheesy fights or just stupid mechanics. No, this game is very tightly built. That it definitely is. But it's the mechanics that they've incorporated together into the gameplay that make it kind of hard. For example, if you don't know what you're doing with the Tate system, it will literally take you a while to dispatch a few bigger enemies. See, there's a pattern to every enemy that you encounter. There are flying enemies, there are ground enemies, and then there are big enemies. And the pattern there would be to take out the flying enemies first, as they're always the easiest to kill. The ground enemies would come after, and then the big enemy would fall really fast. And that's because the sword that Hotsuma wields in this game is a cursed blade called Akujiki. And Akujiki's curse is, it's both a gift and a curse, actually. The curse is it needs to feed on the souls of anybody it kills. And as it feeds on these souls, it becomes very strong. And in the game, it's represented by your sword changing colors. The darker your color of the sword becomes, the stronger it becomes. And because of this, and this is one of the coolest things about this game is, you can take out every boss in this game in maybe 2 to 3 hits if you pull off the tates correctly. Definitely very cool. It's definitely something to try and attempt. I've gotten far, but it's very hard. I can't say I've done every boss. That's just, for the time being, it's impossible. For the time being, but I'm sure somebody's done it. But this is the curse part of the gift and the curse of Akujiki. If you don't devour enough souls, aka killing enough enemies, it will start to drain your life. And let me tell you, this sucks. Because if you mess up and you're going through and you're not performing enough tates, the blood supply of your sword, which is located right next to your life gauge, will start to deplete. And once it depletes, it will start eating your life away. And trust me, I have died many times this way, trying to build up my tape meter, taking out as many enemies as I can, and then whack! I died because the sword ate my soul. I know, it sounds as bad as it is, trust me. And these are some of the things that make the game hard. Like I said before, it's not because of a broken mechanic, no bad camera angles here, just the overall mechanics that they incorporated into the gameplay. But once you get past this, and if you really give it some time and try to practice and master, you'll see that this game's gameplay is exactly what drives you. This is the whole reason that I'm going to recommend it in the first place. So in conclusion, this game is great. The soundtrack is great, and if you're fortunate enough to find it, I say pick it up so you can see what you're missing. I'm going to be honest with you though, the soundtrack might run you more than the game itself. The game is about 10 to 15 bucks online. The soundtrack is going to run you $20 to $25 maybe. And besides that, it's probably out of print by now. That sucks. Why are all the great game soundtracks out of print? Why can't they all be on iTunes? It's whatever. But we recommend it. If you're a Shinobi fan and you have not played this game, you're not a real Shinobi fan, because I say so. If you love ninjas and you happen to come across this game, pick it up. You won't regret it. And you won't regret it, that is, if you invest enough time into it to really know what's going on. And that's going to do it for today. Thank you for stopping by.